Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Nobin Pradhan with the evening news, and these are the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs high-level meeting to review India's security preparedness in the context of conflict in Ukraine. Ayush Minister Sarbanand Sonowal says India well positioned to become global leader in yoga traditional medicines. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio calls on Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda to discuss welfare schemes for the state, and Centre asks National Board of Examinations to reduce cutoff by 15 percentile for NEET-PG 2021. As we start the bulletin, we appeal to our listeners to stay safe from COVID-19 by following these 4 simple steps. Get fully vaccinated, wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today chaired a meeting of Cabinet Committee on Security to review India's security preparedness and the prevailing global scenario in the context of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Modi took a detailed overview of global tech usage in defense sector and India's advances in the same. He also emphasized on integrating latest technology in the country's security apparatus. The Prime Minister reiterated that every effort must be made to make India self-reliant in the defense sector so that it not only strengthens our security but also enhances economic growth. Modi directed that all possible efforts should be made to bring back the mortal remains of Naveen Shekharappa, who died in Kharkiv. Ayush Minister Sarbanand Sonowal has said that India is well positioned to become a global leader in yoga and traditional medicines. Sonowal today inaugurated Yoga Mahotsav 2022, an event to commemorate 100 days countdown in the run-up to the 8th International Day of Yoga 2022 in New Delhi. He said it is an opportunity for a mass movement to promote health, well-being and peace across the globe. The minister said that as WHO's Global Center for Traditional Medicine is being established in India, which is equipped with deep wisdom of yoga and traditional health practices. He added that more than 250 million people are practicing common yoga protocol developed by Ministry of Ayush. Sonowal said his ministry has taken initiatives to make yoga an Indian brand for world peace and also to promote motto of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. This year, the International Day of Yoga 2022 campaign will focus on the theme 100 Days, 100 Cities and 100 Organizations till 21st June this year across the globe. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio has called on Union Minister of Tribal Affairs Arjun Munda at New Delhi today. Taking to Twitter, Rio said they had a fruitful discussion regarding the welfare schemes under the ministry for the state. The Chief Minister also expressed gratitude to the Union Minister for his concern and continued support to the state. Union Minister Munda also tweeted that it reviewed the ST welfare schemes under the ministry, which looks into the overall policy, planning and coordination of programs for development of STs and benefits for the state of Nagaland. The centre has directed the National Board of Examinations (NBE) to reduce the cutoff by 15 percentile across all categories for NEET-PG 2021 to fill up vacant postgraduate medical seats in the country. In a letter to NBE, Medical Counselling Committee said after due discussion and deliberations, it has been decided by the Health Ministry to reduce the cutoff by 15 percentile across all categories. NBE has been asked to declare the revised result and send the revised result data of the newly eligible candidates to the Medical Counselling Committee at the earliest. The decision was taken in consultation with the National Medical Commission. There are over 8,000 seats which remain vacant even after 2 rounds of All India and 2 rounds of state quota counselling. The National Eligibility cum Entrance Test postgraduate is conducted for postgraduate medical courses. The Federation of All India Medical Association has welcomed the government's move, saying the decision would help fill up all the vacant seats. Earlier, the NMC had removed the upper age limit for those appearing in NEET-UG 2022 exams. You're listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News. Russian forces struck a military training base in western Ukraine today, bringing their offensive closer to the border with Poland. Earlier, a senior Russian diplomat warned that Moscow considered foreign shipments of military equipment to Ukraine legitimate targets. 8 rockets were reportedly fired at the Yavoriv military range located 30 kilometers northwest of Lviv. The range is 35 kilometers, 22 miles from Ukraine's border with Poland. The United States and NATO have regularly sent instructors to the range, also known as the International Peacekeeping and Security Center, to train Ukrainian military personnel. The facility has also hosted international NATO drills. Russian fighters also fired at the airport in Ivano-Frankivsk, a city in western Ukraine located 250 kilometers from Ukraine's border with Slovakia and Hungary. Prime Minister Narendra Modi told youngsters of the country not to look for any shortcut to success, and one mantra for success was long-term planning and continuous commitment. He said neither a victory can ever be the last stop nor a defeat. The Prime Minister was speaking after inaugurating the 11th edition of Khel Mahakumbh, Gujarat's biggest annual sports event at Sardar Patel Stadium at Ahmedabad last evening. The Prime Minister said from Startup India to Stand Up India, from Make in India to Atmanirbhar India and Vocal for Local, the youth of India have taken the responsibility of every campaign of New India. He said he felt proud of the youth of the country who prove India's potential in every field. Mr. Modi said that this is only a beginning and the country will be the strong contenders along with other top nations in the future. Over 180 crore 13 lakh doses of COVID vaccine have been administered in the country under the nationwide vaccination drive so far. The Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry today said more than 20 lakh 31,000 COVID vaccine doses were administered yesterday and the national recovery rate improved to 98.71%. The country reported 3,116 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. More than 5,000 COVID patients have recovered during the last 24 hours. No COVID-19 positive cases were reported in the state today. The total number of COVID-19 positive cases remains at 35,447. One person from Dimapur recovered from the infection, taking the total recoveries to 33,149. Also, no deaths were reported in the day and the death toll remains at 753. There are 59 active cases in the state. The second part of the budget session of Parliament will begin from tomorrow. During the second part of the session, which is scheduled to conclude on the 8th of next month, there will be 19 sittings and the Parliament is also set to return to its normal functioning schedule. Both Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha will sit from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. This time, the Rajya Sabha will get 19 hours of additional business time over the earlier schedule. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu is likely to give an account of the working of the 8 standing committees of Rajya Sabha in the House on Monday. Several important bills are likely to be taken up during the second phase of the budget session of the Parliament. These include Finance Bill 2022, Competition Amendment Bill, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority Amendment Bill, National Dental Commission Bill, Energy Conservation Amendment Bill 2022. And to end the news, a reminder of the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs high-level meeting to review India's security preparedness in the context of conflict in Ukraine. Ayush Minister Sarbanand Sonowal says India well-positioned to become global leader in yoga traditional medicines. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio calls on Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda to discuss welfare schemes for the state, and Centre asks National Board of Examinations to reduce cutoff by 15 percentile for NEET-PG 2021. And that's all the news we have for you this evening. Good night.